Hello, everyone. This is Kerry Charles.
And this is Chris Rosenbaum, and welcome to today's TME.
Yes, man, that was sounded like the true like sitcom coming in there. I don't know why, or not sitcom. What do you call it?
Sitcom.
Oh my goodness, not
Like,
sitcom.
what's going
Not
on there?
yeah, not sitcom. That's not so bad. Never mind. And welcome, Jason. All right, that's
That was great. I thought it was great.
yes.
I appreciate that.
The iconic way to enter into this TME. We're glad.
No.
glad that
We
you're
we
here.
we have addressed it as the sitcom way to enter in now.
Yes,
So that's yeah.
Anyway, we're gonna move on. But hey, glad you guys are here. Go ahead and share this on your Facebook page or YouTube account, hashtag TME. And I hope you're having a good week so far. I hope you guys are too.
Been great.
Oh, yeah.
It's been hot.
It
Why is it
is-
so hot again?
I don't know. I would say, well, no, I'm not gonna say.
It's like, yeah, it's like really humid. I know we always look. Again, we always talk about the food and weather like incidentally every time we start.
So no,
these.
no food.
So-
I mean, no weather. I could do food. No
Well,
weather. We
You
don't
can't talk about food.
weather.
You're losing weight.
I was about to start to talk
no,
about the weather because like it was so humid these past few days.
Yeah.
Like I'm tired of humidity. I
Oh
don't know
my
about you guys.
goodness! I had the crazy experience. I ended up killing 6 cockroaches the other night at somebody's house. It was not fun.
You were a hero.
Yeah.
I was like, I guess since the humidity, everything is coming in, and I was like, ugh.
So
Anyway,
funny story you say that. When I was in middle school, I went to like public school from like third grade on to a graduation, and my middle school that I will not name for that purpose, they were infested with cockroaches because the building we had it in was like a 90-year-old building that used to be a hospital,
Ah.
and it got transferred to be the school.
Mm.
And like everywhere you went, you were like seeing them. It was awful.
I think the
Yeah.
weather and food are better subjects than this. I don't.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
that's true.
Anyway, so Jason is here and he is ready to talk about the Harvest Rally coming up.
Yes.
We have
Yes.
the junior rally coming up this Saturday. Pretty exciting. Then we got the teen rally coming up on next Saturday, and you guys are bringing teenagers to that. And
Yeah.
So,
We're gonna bring
Oh.
teenagers. It's always an exciting time. We love it. We
Yeah.
love the Harvest
Yeah.
Rally.
So the big question for the audience right now is. This is just kind of a fun question. Have you ever made, if you've been to the Harvest Rally before, have you ever made a spiritual decision at the Harvest Rally? If so, write it down on the chat. We'd love to hear from you.
Mhm.
Maybe you surrendered to full-time ministry. I was actually just with, I don't know if I shared this on TME. I don't think I did, Chris. Was at a church recently, and this is going to be my praise actually.
Mhm.
I was at a church, and a young man was standing by a guy that I was talking to, and I thought it was his son. And I preached a message on surrendering to full time ministry, and he's just staring at me the whole
Yeah.
time. So I was like, okay, he's just waiting on his dad. Well, 15 minutes later, I get done talking to his dad. He's just still standing there, and the guy walks away, and then he looks at me. I'm like, how are you doing, buddy? And he said, I just want to let you know that I went down to the altar tonight and surrendered to preach.
No
That's
way.
amazing.
And had a
Wow.
couple tracks in his hand. He's like 9 years old.
Praise the
Uh,
Lord.
Wow.
But maybe you made that decision, or maybe called to missions, whatever it may be. Maybe you got saved at the Harvest Rally. We'd love to hear about it. Go ahead and write on the chat. I'm curious, Jason. Did you go when you were a teenager at all?
I did one time. I
Did one
remember
time.
going when it was
Okay.
actually at Good News.
It was at
I
Good News,
remember
yeah.
going to one Harvest Rally when it was at Good News. We grew up right down the road, and I still remember. I think we played. I think we maybe played spoke tag back
Okay.
in the day. Spoke
So,
tackle.
good question. Yeah, I was just saying.
Remember
Good
what-
question.
I think
Is
it
it spoke tag or spoke
So
tackle?
it was
Probably spoke
it-
tackle back then.
Yeah, it was spoke tackle, but I didn't get hurt, so
Well,
it was
hold on.
good.
What is spoke tackle?
You've never played spoke tag?
I've never heard of spoke tackle.
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness, Chris.
I know I'm
Man.
missing out.
What
Literally.
We'll go.
Spoke
We'll go
tackle.
play after this.
Yeah.
We'll go play. I'm just kidding.
Is that a promise or a threat?
So,
Like-
if we have a quick second, if you look over top, like from an aerial view, it looks like a spoke of a wheel. So
Okay.
you've got a center
Okay.
tube, and then you've got a spoke. Well, each spoke has a number, and each number has a line of kids going through it. So you call number 1, that whole line of kids comes out and around,
Mhm.
and they have to run around the whole circle and then come back. But
Almost like Duck Duck Goose in a way.
Yeah, but the catch is there is no rules. There are no rules. You can grab hair, you can grab clothes, you can push,
Ah.
tackle. So
That's spoke tackle.
That's spoke tackle.
Tag is lightly shoving.
Yeah. so spoke
It's-
tackle.
the weak version,
Yeah,
apparently. Yeah.
the weak
The Wilds, they have transitioned to spoke tag, I think.
Yeah.
So
I don't know, spoke
because
tackle
a
would
lot
be
of
a lot of
people
fun.
get hurt. So if you guys play it, do tackle.
Yeah,
Spoke
the
tackle
only group I know of that still does spoke tackle today, I think, is a war team.
is the war team.
um,
We had them in March, and it's still spoke tackle.
Yeah.
And they take pride in that.
Yeah,
So,
I think it's great. Anyway,
yeah.
so we have matter of fact, we have a new activity this year. We're gonna do some tractor tire flipping. I'm
Oh,
excited about that.
yeah.
And then this
Muscles
Saturday,
for
Yeah, a little bit of workout.
whatever muscles there. But then this Saturday for juniors, I'm kind of sad we don't have it for teens, but for juniors at least, we have a foam blaster cannon. You ever seen one of those?
Wow.
I don't know if I have.
Okay, so Kevin Zander told me about it, and it's literally you set out a tarp, and you get this. These people will come in. They set up this foam blaster cannon, and it just shoots out tons of foam. So you can send a kid that's like 6, 7 years old through there, and you'll lose them.
How many years old?
6, 7 years old.
6, 7.
Oh,
Yeah,
goodness
just-
gracious. Did you do that on purpose?
I did.
But you know what?
He did.
The teens that know, they know. I think that.
Yeah, that's right.
Sorry.
Yeah. Speaking of fun things for some of the adults to enjoy, we did want to mention this as well, that our snack shop is starting to, expand on some of the options they have. And with it being the fall
Yeah.
season, we now have pumpkin spice lattes in the snack shop.
That is.
ESL.
That's what I'm hearing it being called. PSL
What?
now. Yeah, pumpkin spice lattes.
Yes.
I'm
So-
gonna let y'all have that. I'm not.
This is what y'all are making.
Yeah.
Well, that's
You're
not.
making it?
Yeah.
Well, I'm not personally. The snack shop is.
snack
That's like
shop,
Savannah and
okay.
Jennifer and all them. But yeah,
Are you a coffee fan?
okay. Okay. This is gonna sound bad. I like coffee with flavor.
Yeah.
Like I can't
So
drink black
you
coffee.
like coffee with your cream?
Yeah.
Yeah,
basically.
pretty much.
You,
Yeah.
so
You
here's
can say it that way.
I don't like coffee. I like what I put in it. So
Right.
that's
Yeah.
we're on the same boat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Give me the sugar. Give me the pumpkin spice.
Yeah.
Give me the white chocolate mocha.
That's right.
and I'm
give me the
happy.
So we go to Starbucks in Rhode Island, and the pastor there took us to Starbucks 3 times in 2 days.
After every meal, he took us to Starbucks.
we
for
went to
dessert.
Starbucks 3
Wow.
times.
It was great.
And I do not like coffee at all. And so I get up there, I'm like ordering a hot chocolate. I don't even like hot chocolate. And so I don't like hot drinks. So I try this hot chocolate. And it is horrible. And so Chris comes out with this. He said it was some sort of coffee.
I got
It's
this.
basically a
I got this
milkshake.
mocha
That's what-
frappuccino.
Yeah, the
like, it's
frappuccino.
looking at
pretty
this
good.
thing, I'm like, what?
Because I'm like, hey,
what
we're
is
here for
that?
dessert. Like,
Yeah.
I'm enjoying
It's a
myself.
Oreo cookies something. I don't
Frappuccino,
know.
That's your go-to next time.
So
You
now
gotta get a
he did
frappuccino.
get me on that.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
did like that.
Because we
anyway.
went back 2 other times. You just got those then. So
Yes. So we've got Mrs. Anders watching, Mike Heath's watching, Dewey Cash, Sabrina, several of the others. Good to have you guys watching. If you made a spiritual decision at the Harvest Rally, that was the question in the beginning. Go ahead and write on the chat, or if you have a praise and or prayer request, go ahead and write that on the chat as well. Oh my goodness, that is okay.
What is it?
It says Elena said bougie coffee, definitely not Kevin commenting on it. Anyway, that's an inside joke. Anyway, so we're gonna go. We've got just a few events coming up. We're gonna mention those. We're gonna go right into our basically questionnaire for Jason.
Mhm.
Got some really cool questions for you, but do want to remind everyone that the junior rally is this Saturday and the team rally is next Saturday. And then after that, we do have the men's retreat coming up October 23rd and through 25th. And then the ladies retreat is November 6th through 8th. Both of those prices dropped this year.
Oh, good.
And so if you'd like to, maybe you weren't able to financially afford it before, hopefully that'll be a little bit easier for you this year. And we'd love to have you guys come on out for those. We have John Reynolds is going to be with us for the men's retreat, and then Sharon Rabin will be with us for the ladies retreat. And so it's going to be a really good time. Hope you guys will make it out to those. You can go on the website, theedge.camp, and sign up today. But Chris, why don't you start out with our first question for Bishop Jason? Let's see. Yeah.
All right, let me pull them up real quick here because I just lost.
Okay, so I'll do the first one.
Well, I got it right here.
You got it? Okay. Oh, yeah.
Yes. So we wanted to ask these questions to you. Number one is this: how has the Harvest Rally been an outreach opportunity for your church and your youth group?
Yeah, so I mentioned this, and with Mark Taylor, I don't know if you know Mr. Mark Taylor. He was the youth director before I came on at Good News, and he actually helped start the Harvest Rally many years ago. I think in the early '90s, with Jerry Greco, with another youth pastor in the area, and so the Harvest Rally is such a special place in Good News's history, and it's really the culture of our church. I mean, when people hear the Harvest Rally, there's no explanation needed. They just know. They know what the Harvest Rally is about. They know how the Lord has used the Harvest Rally. So there's not much promotion we really have to do, because it's just they know every year we're going to go to the Harvest Rally. They know what all that entails. and the teens, they get excited about it. They are pumped up about it. Uh some of them invite friends, so it is a great opportunity for outreach to maybe kids that don't, their parents are kind of, maybe I don't want you to go to church, but this activity where they're going to a camp and going to be fed food,
Oh.
and delicious food at that. And
It better be delicious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
but they'll be more likely to let them go. So
Yeah.
we've had things like that as well.
Yeah.
But it's also great for some of our newer teens. We mentioned the war earlier. We've had some teens come to the war and actually been very faithful in attending our youth group after that.
Good.
But they've never experienced anything like this.
Mhm.
So I'm really encouraging them, trying to get them to come out to experience what it's all about, experience the edge, and just experience getting together with other believers and experience something really outside of good news. Like that might
Yeah.
be something that's all they see is what's that good news, but it's cool to see other big events happen.
Yeah,
So
and I
we
think
try and encourage
it
them.
also allows, like you said, you get to see other churches there as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So a lot of times as a teenager, if you've only gone to Good News your whole life and you don't know of the other churches around you, but you don't really know them. A lot of times it's good to make other friends outside of
Yeah.
Good News and have those connections and realize there's other people serving the Lord, not just you.
Yeah.
No.
And honestly, it's like you were saying, and people that may not necessarily always come to church, they'll come to the harvest rally or they'll come to the different events, and it'll get them more interested in wanting to come to church,
Yeah.
which is great. And honestly, and this is something that the Lord was able to do in my youth group back when I was a teenager, coming to the harvest rally. It puts you in an environment where you're spending time with people you don't normally spend time with.
Mhm.
Whether that's maybe some other people in your youth group that you don't always talk to very often, or you know even visitors. It's in a place where you're starting to build more relationships, build more friendships that really can have a godly and lasting effect.
Yeah.
Mm,
Yep,
yeah.
definitely.
All right, question number 2. Here we go. Actually, and while we're doing this, if you have a question, I know Brother Mike Heath says he's excited about coming to the Harvest Rally. They're coming to juniors and teens, by the way,
Nice.
which is really exciting. He wants to know what kind of food we're having Saturday, Chris.
Oh, what kind of food we're having Saturday?
Yeah.
So I'm really excited because I don't know about you, Carrie, but I love like a good chicken sandwich.
Yeah.
So we're planning to have chicken sandwiches and hot dogs and things like that. We're gonna have like baked beans, macaroni and cheese. I mean, a good
Your
grill
mac and
out meal.
cheese is the good kind of mac and cheese.
Oh yes.
It's
So
like-
okay. So okay, this is kind of funny, but I learned to make that mac and cheese back when I worked at Crown College.
Well, we'll accept it anyways. No, I'm
I
kidding.
know, I know Crown College is all about chicken and things like that, but like genuinely, like on Sunday, because Sunday was when we had like the fried chicken mac and cheese mashed potato meal, and when I learned to make that, that was like the highlight of like everyone loved the mac and cheese. That was always the first thing to go.
Yeah.
And so I love making that here. That was my favorite thing to make.
Hey, that's awesome. So lots of good food coming up, and
And cookies.
then I actually have 2 things. Okay, so if you have a question for Jason while he's here, go ahead and write it on the chat, and we'll see if we can get to it. But I'm also going to do something new this week. If you have a topic, we've been having certainty of truth, going over different truths from the Word of God that are applicable to our lives throughout this year. If there's a certain topic or a situation that you're struggling in, or maybe you have questions about, write it on the chat, and Chris and I will look at it and see if maybe we can do a discussion on that and go over that and see what God's word says about that. Bring it up in the next session or something like that.
Absolutely. It'd be great
So-
to research and come back and talk
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
We don't usually do that, but I'm gonna open it up, and we'll see. Maybe the Lord will allow us to do that. And so, Lily Armstrong said, "You're the best youth director ever."
Oh, thanks, Lily.
That's pretty great. That's pretty awesome.
She's biased.
She
but
is.
thanks.
And then question number 2. Here we go. So, how has the Harvest Rally been okay? I think we've seen that it's been a benefit to your church already.
Yeah.
I don't know if you want to say anything else.
Well,
there.
no, I did want to. You guys kind of hit the nail on the head. There are a couple great benefits, even if you're looking and thinking to come to the Harvest Rally. One is they get to hear a different speaker. I mean Lily Armstrong, God bless you for saying I'm the best youth director. It's her birthday, by the way. Happy birthday.
Hey,
Happy birthday.
But it's good to hear someone else.
Yeah.
It's good, and you may preach and teach to them and give them the gospel many times, but it may take something like this to be in an environment where they're away from the world, away from their phones, away from distractions, to really for it the Lord to use it. So that's one. Another benefit is the college reps that come.
Mhm.
You guys bring in college reps, and I remember last year. I mean, our kids went home with bags of stuff, excited to do more research. I know Pensacola came, Crown. I think Maranatha was there. There's a lot of colleges that come, so that's even a benefit for the individual team. But also, you guys hit it perfect. Is it's you get to see other teens serving God.
Yeah.
It's an exciting environment. It's fun, and sometimes Christians we're looked at as boring. Like we can't have any fun. You can't do all
Yeah.
this stuff. But come to the Harvest Rally and then tell us that we can't have fun. It's and the teens get to see other teens serve the Lord, make decisions, build those relationships, those special relationships that this environment allows you to have. And we can get that Elijah mentality sometimes, like we're the only ones, like we're the only ones serving at Good News.
Yeah.
But man, you come to the Harvest Rally and you see even sponsors, you just leave encouraged. You see other churches with the passion for the Lord and a heart for God, and it's good for your teens to see that as well. And it really is beneficial. I mean, all those things every
Yeah.
year we see.
You're absolutely right. Yeah, I love that. I think you kind of touched on a little bit. You know, for people to come to the Harvest Rally and enjoy it, it's not just there for them to enjoy. They get to be a part of serving the Lord by being a good, godly friend to those that they're
Yeah.
around.
Yeah.
That's really awesome.
And for the
Yeah.
college reps, I'm glad you brought that up. Actually, we haven't mentioned that this past couple weeks. But we do have several colleges coming. I've got some new. Stephen actually reached out. We have some new colleges coming.
Awesome.
So I'm really excited about that.
Yeah.
This will be the first year, I believe, that Baptist College of Ministry from Falls Baptist Church in
Oh, yeah.
Wisconsin will be
Okay.
with us.
Nice.
We've got a college that's been with us in the past, but it's been a while. Faith Baptist in Iowa.
Yeah.
And then there's, I believe, one or two others that are coming that are
Cool.
brand new. So I'm really excited about that.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it.
Very, very good.
And then, okay, so you want to go over number 3?
Sure. Question number 3 for you, sir. Are there any memorable moments of change that you saw the Lord do during or after a Harvest Rally?
Yeah, that's a great question. When I think of Harvest Rally, really I don't know if I've ever come to Harvest Rally and not see souls saved,
Mhm.
or see teens making decisions going forward, and just a platform full of teens making decisions. And that's what it's all about. I mean, the speaker comes in, he gives a clear gospel presentation, he challenges the Christian teens as well, and that's the biggest change in a person's life is salvation, new creature.
Yeah.
And so seeing that, even if it's not in your own youth group, even if it's seeing kids saved in other youth groups, what an encouragement to leave knowing that God's still at work.
Yeah.
And so that's the most memorable thing. I don't know if anything will ever top that.
Right.
Seeing kids saved at something like this. So the time and effort you guys put in on that, it's never in vain, and it's always worth it. Even if no one gets saved, the fact that they hear the gospel is worth all this time and effort. So thank you
Yeah.
guys for putting it on.
I feel like there's a lot of times I've noticed there's a lot of the Harvest Rally and the Teen All Nighter, especially the Teen All Nighter.
Yeah.
I've noticed that a lot of the teenagers bring a lot of lost friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if the Teen All Nighter is just because it's like this cool idea of staying up all night.
Because you get
know?
ice cream and
Oh,
waffles on the
yeah.
next morning.
Yeah. Of
that
course, it's not always
changed, but
about to say. Yeah. Yeah.
But they definitely I think I've noticed a lot more lost people tend to come to those, and maybe it is the extra activities, I don't know. That's why we do it. I mean, that's why we bring the extra activities, so that people have fun, and so it is a draw to have those lost people that they see that fun activities, and then we get to preach to them.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
do that on purpose because we want them to have a lot of fun, but we also want them to hear about Jesus.
Well, even the games themselves can be a testimony that we can have good, godly fun without having to introduce worldly or sinful things.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like flipping yourself off of a mechanical bull. I mean,
Yeah.
that's just pretty
Yeah.
awesome,
Or, like
Um,
flipping a tire
yeah.
or getting lost in a bunch of foam.
Yeah, I've
Yeah.
got a 30-foot obstacle course that's going to be with us. There's going to be
of course.
there's going to be a giant jousting arena. I am doing that.
Oh, that's fun.
I am doing that. I am
Okay.
so excited about that. So, lots of great things to look forward to. Okay, do you remember any funny moments that have happened during the Harvest Rally?
Harry's gonna answer the question for you.
No,
Answer it for me.
I was
Answer it
just
for me.
thinking. I was just thinking. I don't know what you're gonna answer on this, but when we talked about this question, I did not really think about it. There is something I remember that had funny happened with you. Okay, so go ahead.
I'll answer. Okay, so there I've had some great memories at the Edge. One of them that stands out is when me and Ethan
I was thinking this. Yes.
when we
Okay.
did the little
All right.
competition.
Yes.
That was so much fun. It was so silly, but it was so much fun. So me and my brother, we went through that obstacle course
Yeah.
as like a final battle. We played volleyball. We did some other things to try and like just try and pump up the harvest rally. Like
Yeah.
this is what you're gonna get to do too. You're gonna
Yeah.
get to do this, but on a bigger scale. So that was fun. My brother, if you know him, he doesn't like eating contest. Like that was the last contest was the
That's
eating
literally
the
what I was
eating thing.
thinking of.
And he
Oh.
just couldn't do it. He said, I'm gonna throw up. I'm literally gonna
Oh,
throw up.
no.
if
I had
do
no
this."
idea. It was my idea, and I had no
So
idea.
he's like, Jason, I can't do this. I was like, okay, we'll start. You just start and halfway through just pie me in the face so that you don't throw up in front of everyone. So even though I won, we started it and he just couldn't do it. He just picked it up and pied in the face.
I had them both
So-
up on stage, and I basically whoever's gonna win the eating contest won because we had like I think it was 4 events you guys had to do,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
that was the final one
Yeah.
on the Harvest Rally Day.
So in other words, you may have won the battle, but he won the war.
He won the war.
Yeah, is that what
Yep.
I'm hearing?
He won the war and he got me, but he was I can't do this. I'm gonna throw up. He might be mad that I'm saying.
Oh
this,
my
but
goodness! No, I thought it was.
It was hilarious.
Yeah.
It's hilarious.
I'm thinking of a time. So I got a little funny story too. I may have mentioned this another time we were talking about harvest rallies, but I don't know if I ever told you this, Pastor. When it was my very first harvest rally I ever went to, and this was back when it was on the Ross farm at the
Okay.
time, and they had the car smash there. And little 12-year-old, 13-year-old Chris was so excited to try the car smash. I'd never held a sledgehammer before in my life. And I'm seeing all these like big senior guys go up and they're slamming that thing. Like you'd almost feel the shock waves, stuff like that. Well, I get excited. I get over there to try it out. And mind you, like there's also a bunch of like, youth group girls that were around. And I'm trying not to
Mhm.
look, like a fool in
Yep.
front of them and stuff like that. Well, I get the sledgehammer in my hand. I put on the glasses. I go up to the car and I go to give this the best swing I could. And I just barely nick and miss the car. And the sledgehammer keeps going down and hits my ankle.
Oh.
And I don't know. I thought I heard a little crunch, but I don't know about all that. But I gave it whatever swings left I could on the car. I tried to give no reaction whatsoever to me hitting my own ankle. But when I tell you, I limped
thing was
away from that
probably-
car.
you're probably like trying to manly limp
Yeah.
away,
And then once I'm behind a tree, I'm like, oh.
Oh my good. No, I think my funniest moment was when we did. Actually, it was that same year as the eating contest. I believe it was. We had Kurt Skelly preaching that year, and Dallas and I did the youth pastor skit, and that was so funny because Kurt Skelly was in the back, and we made some coffee joke, and it literally we got it on camera. Kurt Skelly's mouth dropped, and I was like, okay, that made it worth the whole entire thing. But
I don't remember the skit.
Y'all skits are awesome. Whenever you get dressed up, Chris, it is a hoot.
Oh.
You and all of y'all.
Well,
So please don't stop the skits.
Oh,
Like I
man,
look forward
I'm
to the skits.
I'll just forewarn you. I will be getting dressed up this
Let's get
this Saturday. Just
we are doing some
not the
fun-
way you probably think right now. So.
There's gonna be some interesting ones coming
Yeah.
up. Yeah. So lots of all right. So we got 4 minutes left. Last question. Right. This is actually probably. I'm really excited. We were talking about different questions to ask you, Jason, and I'm curious to see what you came up with on this one, but or what the Lord gave you. But what verse in the Bible do you think best describes the Virginia Harvest Rally?
Yeah. Putting some thought into it, I don't think there's anything better than the Great Commission. And in Matthew 28:19 and 20, go ye therefore and teach all nations, baptizing them in the name of the Father and of the Son and of the Holy Ghost, teaching them to observe all things whatsoever I have commanded you. And you guys, you essentially you have given your life to the Edge. This is your ministry, that you are essentially missionaries to this part of the world. And people are coming in from everywhere, Richmond, North Carolina, people even farther north from all local. They're coming around, and you're spreading the gospel, and that is what we're told to do. This is
Hmm.
fulfilling the Great Commission. But not only that, these speakers, they challenge the Christians here as well, edifying them in a discipleship way. And these messages are ways you can go back to your church and talk to them about what they've heard and help disciple them through what
Yep.
they've heard and been challenged by. So, I just think the fulfillment of the Great Commission is done every single harvest rally. And that's the purpose. We do have fun. We do eat ice cream. We do laser tag, all that, but the purpose is to spread the gospel
Yeah.
and to encourage others.
Absolutely. I think that's wonderful. I totally agree with you. That is the emphasis that we want to have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if we ever lose that emphasis, I think we should just stop it. I don't
Right.
think there's any point in having it.
Yeah.
All
and,
about
you know,
Jesus.
All of
Yeah.
it, every
It's
bit of
all
it.
about Jesus.
I think I'm going to try to see if I can get in there this time. Usually I'm running stuff, but the other thing for the teen harvest rally, we have Chris, I think you're doing the middle session. Is that right? Or Steven, one of y'all are doing, there's a middle session that
Mhm.
happens. And during that middle session,
Yeah.
one of them will be out there with the teens, but Brother Jake DeAndre would actually take the youth workers and do a session with them. I've never been able to make it into one of
Yeah.
those, but I think that is probably really helpful as well
Oh,
from what
man.
I've heard
It is.
to get on the level with the youth directors and youth workers that you guys put such an effort into just getting the kids there.
Mhm.
And yes, it is about, reaching the teens, but also you need some encouragement too.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
um,
And no, that is so right. And I've actually forgot about those middle sessions. I look forward to those
mhm.
because they just pour their heart out. A lot of them have been youth pastors before, and they share with you just practical things, and you leave encouraged and recharged and just ready to get back into it when you get home. And
Yeah.
not only that session, but just the other sponsors you get to go around and converse with and talk to. It's just so encouraging. It really is.
Yeah,
It's good to make
lots to look forward to, that's for sure. So if you haven't registered for the junior rally or the teen rally, go on theedge.camp, sign up today. Also, we have our men's retreat, ladies retreat coming up, and then the teen all-nighter at the beginning of next year. Usually it's at the end of this year, but it's going to be like a couple days after that. First start of the year. And so you can register for those events as well as a lot of the other events throughout the rest of next spring. Those are already up. So we'd love to have you guys join us for those if that's the Lord's will. We are so excited to have Jason with us today. Thank you so much for being
Thanks
here.
for having me.
I
It's,
really
it's an
appreciate
honor.
it.
It really is. Yeah.
Amen. Well, we're thankful you're here, and I'm thankful for Chris. I love him to death. We're going to go ahead and close out. So if you have a prayer request or praise, go ahead and write on the chat, and we'll try to get to it later and go over that. Or if you have a topic that you'd like us to discuss later on, write it on the chat, and Chris and I will go back over those and see if that's something that God would allow us to do or lead us to do later on. Okay? So remember, God loves you.
So go share that love with somebody else. Thank you so much for joining us. Let's all serve the Lord together. Have a great day. Bye-bye.